Guys, this is episode 452. Let's get right into it. It's Joe Rogan sitting with Brian Simpson, but who are they talking about? James O'Keefe. This is like my favorite thing. You sprinkle some Tucker on top, and this is perfect for me. I love it. So what they're talking about in this clip is James O'Keefe in his coverage of the BLACKROCK recruiter. And they're just, Joe knows about that situation. Apparently, Joe's been watching a bunch of James O'Keefe's videos, which is really interesting to know. Which means maybe he saw my video as well, because I'm on their YouTube channel. But let's get into it. I've got to bring you to the store first. This is IamCoachColin.com. IamCoachColin.com. This is where you get this beautiful shirt here, the Soul Not For Sale with the stars and stripes, the red, white, and blue atop of it. If you want to get that shirt, you go to America's Soul Not For Sale, and you check out our newest catalog, which is the newest in our Pride Month catalog, because July is the real Pride Month. Pride in your country, America. We have t-shirts and hoodies, and also tank tops for men and women, and also a woman's t-shirt as well. If you want 10% off of anything inside of the store, put in the discount code IamCoachColin, all one word, all capital letters, one L in the Colin, gets you 10% off. And that goes for anything. Large purchase, small purchase, anything, you'll get 10% off. Now, if you've gotten anything from that store already, thank you so much. You have no idea how much we appreciate it. It means the world to us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, let's get into the clip. Joe Rogan talking about James O'Keefe.
What is happening with that Sam Bankman-Fried guy? I heard they dropped 5 of his charges. Which is wild.
I wonder how that happened.
Which is wild. They just quietly did that while they're telling us about aliens.
Yeah, man. This is the death of truth. This is the age where you can't tell what's true. You can't tell who's who.
Yeah.
Who's being bribed, who's not, who has an agenda.
Right.
So now people are going based off. It's like what you're likely to believe is whatever you want to be true.
Did you see that? James O'Keefe left Project Veritas. He was the guy that does all those gotcha videos, investigative reporter videos.
No, I don't know.
Undercover videos. He got a lot of them. Like, I don't know what led him to leave Project Veritas, but he started his own group. And his own group yesterday, he got some guy from this corporation talking about how easy it is to bribe politicians. So he's on a date.
Oh yeah, you sent me this Instagram thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's wild. It's wild because this guy he's like, you can get a senator for like 10 grand. Like
does he know he's being recorded? It doesn't look like he does.
He's on a date.
At some point, he says that he's like, you might be an undercover reporter, but then he still keeps telling
girls. Because he's trying to be funny. He's find that. I think he's trying to impress a girl, but that's what it always is. Like a lot of them are these chatty gay guys, and they get some cute gay guy to go on dates with them.
Yeah, but there's one part of the video where he's like at a job fair or something. He's just talking.
Yeah, so this is it. Play it.
Okay.
I don't film, but I suspect it's probably because it's easier to do things when people aren't thinking about it.
All of these financial institutions, they buy politicians.
Now, real quick, I'm just going to skip ahead because that music, this is the reason Jamie didn't want to play this clip, is because the music is actually copywritten. So we just got to get out of there real quick, and I'll be able to play the rest of the clip for you. Oh, man, we're going all over the place. We're going all over the place, guys. But yeah, James O'Keefe, if you don't know about the BLACKROCK situation, the recruiter sat down with James O'Keefe's I would imagine stunning undercover journalist, and this BLACKROCK recruiter just poured out his guts. If you haven't seen it, check out a video I have. It's called James O'Keefe breaks his biggest story yet, BLACKROCK. And funny enough, that video was actually copywritten by London Real for some reason. And it makes me think, like, is London Real the actual owner of James O'Keefe's channel? It's very odd, and I'm trying to look into it. I've asked James O'Keefe in our message thread, because he's actually messaged me before, trying to ask him for comments, haven't heard anything back. It's an interesting case. Let's switch back over to the clip. Hit you with a lot of information there. My apologies. Let's get back into it. Let me bring this here. There we go.
Not the president is who's controlling the wallet of the president. And who's that? The hedge funds, BlackRock, the banks. These guys run the world.
Also, what a fucking
Campaign financing. Yep, you could buy your candidates. Look at this. Obviously, we have the system in place.
First, there's the senators. And these guys are rich. You got 10 grand, you can buy a senator.
You got 10 grand, you can buy a senator. 500 grand.
Yeah.
Are going to do this to be done?
Does like everybody do that? Does BlackRock do that?
Everyone does that, he's saying. Doesn't matter who wins. Girl. The guys do if they want to let a girl know, like, hey, they're a fucking big mover shaker in this corporation, and this is how we do it. We run the world. We run the world. It's like, oh my God, I want to be
government
the man who
secrets
runs
don't
the world.
impress women, do they?
Well, that's not really government secrets. It's corporate secrets.
I guess you're right.
Them using their influence and money to affect the political system. But it's, it's power. And, when a guy can talk about how much power he has to a girl on a date, it's probably very intoxicating. Let her know, I'm running shit, baby.
You're like, hey, girl, I have several moral failings,
I
but I'm
looked him up
successful.
on,
What's
I
that?
Googled his name.
Yep.
And when you click this, they removed it.
They removed it. Yeah, of course they
But
removed
I
it.
also don't know when it got added.
Yeah, but of course they removed it. Like that, they always do
Yeah,
that
he don't-
whenever when someone gets busted.
He definitely don't work for BlackRock no more.
Oh, he's in trouble.
Yeah, he's probably dead.
Yeah, he's probably at the Clintons' ranch, swinging from a tree, with a shotgun wound in his asshole. Yeah. He killed himself by shooting himself in the asshole. Yeah, it's not good for him. But they'll just disavow him, and none of the major media networks will cover that. That's where it gets interesting.
Yeah.
Is when something like this happens, whether it's a pharmaceutical company, he's done that with a lot of those people, like Pfizer. He got this guy talking about engineering viruses, and it never makes the news.
I'm going to try that on my next date. Hey, girl, I bribed several public officials. Let's go back to my place.
Yeah, I think it's, she's also asking the right questions, like saying that she's curious. So he gets to show how much he knows,
God, imagine thinking you having a good date and this girl just destroys your whole life.
Just destroys you. Puts you on a hit list somewhere.
She probably didn't even fuck him.
No, she didn't fuck him.
I know.
That's the whole thing.
She
It's
got
like he
free
can't
dinner.
win yet. He's
She
trying
got
to win.
Free dinner, a hot scoop, and then destroyed your ass.
Ooh, you get a couple of cocktails in someone like that, and they don't think about what they're saying. Next thing you know, you're giving up some serious global details.
But then won't that always be? I mean, that pretty much gives BlackRock a way out. It's like, oh, he was just trying to get laid. He don't know what he's talking about.
For sure. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He could totally be full of shit. I mean, that's literally what one of the guys said that they busted. He goes, I'm an actual liar. He goes, I'm on a date. I'm trying to impress my date. I'm lying.
Oh,
The guy
right.
said that, like, on the spot. And maybe he was telling the truth. People definitely lie on dates and pretend they know more than they know.
If she recorded him being like, yeah, I have a 12-inch dick, people wouldn't be like, well, that must be true.
Right.
He said it on tape.
True, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it seems like what he was saying is based on personal experience.
But that shit's, but we already knew that was true.
Yeah.
But he's just he said he was a recruiter, so he's never done any of that stuff.
Right.
He just picks the people
also,
that do it.
if it only costs $10,000 to buy a senator, I feel like we should own them all. You could own them all. Yeah, at least for one election cycle.
Yeah, I wonder how that works with
Wow.
political donations. That's what Trump always said. That he donated to people to make things happen. He donated to people for this. He went to their weddings.
Yeah, he
All that
donates.
shit.
He donates to their charity where they
Yeah.
also happen to be an employee.
Didn't he
and
say
with a salary?
he paid Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton to be at his wedding?
Oh, that's funny.
I think it was either his wedding or one of his kids' weddings. I think you can pay people, and they'll do an appearance. Isn't that wild?
That sounds like torture.
How wild is that, though?
Yeah,
Give me $250,000. I'll show up at your wedding.
I mean,
Yeah. Those are the worst wedding guests you could possibly ask for. They arrive at your wedding. They're like, we brought you some kids. I'm kidding. Just kidding. But yeah, James O'Keefe. The BlackRock story is catching wind. If Joe Rogan's heard about it, that means it was his biggest story yet. I was right in saying that in the video that I made about it. Absolutely amazing. And you know what? It's funny, Brian Simpson, the gentleman that Joe is talking to, it's a sentiment that a lot of people say. They always say, well, we already knew that. And it's, you didn't know. I always try to I've heard people in the comments say, oh yeah, of course, yeah, everybody knows. you didn't know. Before you were speculating. When James O'Keefe does what he does, now you know for sure. Before it was just up in the air. You heard it from a person here, you heard it from a person there. None of them have any political ties. All of them are working jobs at factories and offices, and it's like, they don't know. But when James does this, when his citizen journalists do stuff like this, you know for sure. And that is a complete... Speculating something and knowing for sure are just worlds different. We know for sure now because a BlackRock recruiter was saying it. And another thing towards what Jamie said. Jamie said, well, he's a BlackRock recruiter, so he didn't actually do any of this. He's not the person. He picks the people that do it. That doesn't make any sense to me. If you're a recruiter for BlackRock does all sorts of things. If you know anything about BlackRock, you know that they own all sorts of companies. If you're a recruiter, you're probably very multifaceted. You probably approach all sorts of people. I feel like a BlackRock recruiter would be the person to approach a senator. Now, obviously, this isn't something that would happen all the time. This isn't a regular thing. But if anybody was going to approach a senator, it would be a BlackRock recruiter. Because then he could say to the senator, again, this is just my mind, how I think it would work. He could say to a senator, hey, we actually have a position that only you could fill, and the position pays $500,000. And we would just need you to do X, Y, Z. And then I'm going to put you into our payroll. It's going to be under a completely different name, but it's going to link to your bank account. And you can start a different bank account if you want. It'll be a one-time payment, and you just have to do, ABC, X, Y, Z. You'd think a recruiter would be the person to do that. You're recruiting people into BlackRock and onto the team of BlackRock and to be the speaker boxes, to be the megaphones for the BlackRock agenda. That's just what I would think. Again, like the video. It helps so much. Boosts us out of the shadow realm. This is amazing. James O'Keefe, even though London Real, for some reason, is copywriting the content that I've made via James O'Keefe's content, even though I have James O'Keefe's blessing because they reposted me on their YouTube channel and their Instagram and their Twitter. Little weird. I'm going to look into it some more, but I still love James O'Keefe, no matter what. James O'Keefe and his army of citizen journalists are changing the world. They hit Rogan. They hit the big time. I think the next time we hear about James O'Keefe and Joe Rogan, it will be James sitting across from Joe Rogan, and that will be an amazing day. Amazing day. Anyways, guys, that's the end of the episode. Other than that, I'm out.